Hello everybody, what's going on today? We are going to be talking about what? No, literally what, because World of Tanks, what? I make horrible puns. Anyway, moving on. We're going to be talking about my first impressions of World of Tanks, well, not first impressions, my thoughts on World of Tanks, whether I think it's worth it or not, and, yeah, I'll give it a score out of 10 at the end of the video. So, my experience of World of Tanks is, when I was younger, like 10, that was many years ago, I didn't have a computer, but I had a iPad, and I would, stupid Discord, on my iPad, I would play World of Tanks, like, every day. I was obsessed with it back then. So, anyways, World of Tanks, so I kind of burnt out of it now, and I have a computer, and I started playing again like a month ago, and I kind of wasn't interested because I had other games because I have a computer, well, a Mac, but I still have other games now, so I kind of stopped playing it, and then I had the brilliant idea that I should do a video on it. So yeah, here we are, and anyways, World of Tanks is, I mean, it's a fun game, but it's like popular type of game now where you just have two teams, multiplayer, and then go fight for bases or whatever. It's just like Overwatch, but free is what I constantly keep telling my friends. My friends like Overwatch a lot. Anyways, I've never played Overwatch, so I'm going out on a tangent. Anyway, so we're gonna talk about pros and cons now. So for pros, it's free. It's a great free game. Very few things are locked behind bars, so to speak. I mean, you can buy premium tanks with money, I guess, and stuff, but you don't really need any actual money to play the game, and I did just fine for a long time. I've never spent money on it, which is really great, and there's no ads either, so as far as I can tell. Yeah, I don't think there's any ads. So, yeah, that's a pro, and then it's also pretty simple to use. It's not like some other games where I have to play, there's like this giant hotbar of abilities that you have to learn how to use, and it's difficult and stuff. You just run around with the tank shooting things. I mean, there is tactics, of course, and different styles of gameplay you can do, but it's pretty simple, the basics of the game, which is why I loved it so much when I was 10, of course. Yeah, and then, okay, so now we're gonna move on to the cons. So a con that has always been with this game is when you die, you can't respawn, right? So when it's very clear, like, very soon in who's winning based on how many tanks, because once you get like 3 tanks down, you're just dead. It's a bit better in the computer version, but it's still really bad because once, 3 tanks down, you're kind of like, okay, this game is just lost now because we don't have enough tanks, because the tanks are all pretty matched. So you really need to have about an equal number of tanks to be able to kill the other tanks. And then, yes. So strategy does play a big part in, but, the game gets boring about 30 seconds in when one team is very obviously the loser and the other team is very obviously winning. Another con is the game loading times. It takes like 2 minutes for it to come up with enough tanks or whatever to get you into a game, which is a real pain to just sit around staring at the ceiling during those 2 minutes. And it gets pretty boring pretty quick, and it kind of used up all my recording time when I was recording this. So, I have limited amount of space on my computer, and the recording is just like full of 2-minute long waits, which I am cutting out, so you don't have to see any 2-minute long waits. It's just all me. And then now I think we are going to rate the game. So from a 1 to 10 score, I think I'm going to give it a 7. It's a great game, easy for beginners, and free, so you don't have to pay any money. You can downloaded off the internet quickly and pretty easily. And but sadly, the loading times are long, and it gets pretty clear who's winning very early on in the game, so the game gets less interesting as you go on. I mean, the games don't last that long anyways, but still, just pointing that out there. So I'm going to give it, yes, I'm giving it a total of a 7 for overall great game. Pretty good graphics as well, cool physics and stuff, so yeah. Anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you for watching, and adios.